So this right here is an auger type ice machine, also a Manitowoc product, as you can see. And looking at the board here, you can see we have the full bin, and water level lights are on, and everything else is off. So how these auger type ones are set up, this is the portion that actually produces the ice, and it augers the ice up with a gear motor and dumps it out into here. Now that ice sensing probe hangs right up in here. Currently I have it disconnected, and once the ice touches the probe, it's supposed to sense and shut down. So it was interesting talking to the Manitowoc ice guy. He said a couple of things. One, he said if this is just reading nothing on the probe, like when it's unplugged, it's going to still say the bin is full because it needs to have some ohm resistance. Look at that, when I touch it, it actually makes it go away. Or it did for a second. I don't know if that could shock me. But then the other thing he said was, is it being fed by a GFCI receptacle? Which it definitely is. This GFCI protects that outlet right up there. And he said they actually do not recommend running it on a GFCI outlet, and that can give grounding problems with the equipment. If by code it's required, they recommend running a GFCI breaker because it's a little bit higher quality, but they said specifically the GFCI outlets can cause issues. But then he also said, like, all of this needs to be put together really precisely, and this does have to be really, really clean. Because if it's getting any current path back to ground, then it's just not going to work. So we could have some issue with the probe, it being dirty, or that GFCI outlet. Since it's worked so long with the GFCI outlet, I kind of don't suspect that that's the case, but that's what he told me. So I'm going to clean up the probe a little better here and see if we can get it to start sensing properly. So I actually removed the ice water probes, and I think that they're part of the problem. This one looks pretty good, but you can see this one's really dirty, so I'm going to clean those up with some water. And then it was actually leaking back here, so we'll get that cleaned up and retightened. It's just leaking at this fitting here, just needed to be tightened a little bit. It's like a garden hose. That O-ring actually feels really stiff. I don't know for sure if we'll be able to tighten that up again or not. Surprisingly stiff. This is the float and coil assembly, but I think this keeps it from overflowing by this floating up and closing off the dump valve, or fill valve I mean. So I got all the lime scale cleaned off of here really well. The other thing he mentioned is this rubber piece really does need to be in place, and you just want to make sure this is really cleaned off good so that it doesn't have any ground path back. I am running it from that other outlet. It is working. That's also a GFCI outlet, but I think it would actually work off this one too. And it is dumping ice now. Just pushing it out of the auger. But we'll see once I hook this ice probe back up if it's going to have trouble. We could maybe reuse that one, but we'd have to do something like this. On this cover, this portion of the face needs to be really nice and clean and wiped off. No electrolytic surface left. So I've rinsed it really well. Wipe it down with a paper towel and then put it back in. So we were finally successful. Got everything cleaned. Got that put back together the way it's supposed to be. And finally, it's not sensing when it shouldn't be sensing. I actually think it's partly having trouble because of the water leaking down the back. I think it was sometimes getting a reading through the wiring down there. But that will dry out, and I got this leak fixed. Placed the O-ring in there, just garden hose type O-ring. So I think it's going to be okay now. So there we go, it is dropping ice. Got the cover put back on. This got super brittle, so I had to put a screw in up here to hold it. But yeah, should be good to go. Just needed cleaning and inspecting, I guess.